In the words of Grant Hill, which says, regardless of the obstacles or hurdles that are ahead of you, regardless of the opponent, regardless of the odds, your goal and objective always is to win. I think this is part of sports. With this, we welcome you to yet another edition of your favorite sports show, Sport Hour, coming to you live from the Anglican Cable Network Nigeria, ACNNTV. I am your host, and my name is Olushola Olujide. Good morning. As usual, we have some interesting stories for you today. We will begin with the Super Falcons demanding to be paid as much as the Super Eagles. Now, Nigeria's richest men have fulfilled their AFCON pledges to the Super Eagles. Then the Tigers are preparing to retain their Afro basketball title. Now, the question is it a possible feat for them to achieve? Niger Tornadoes have sacked their team. I guess you want to know why they sacked their players. Now, the shortlist for the best FIFA men's player and other awards have been announced. Now, the question is, who will wear the crown? A former top Nigerian player remains clubless after a failed trial in France. Who can this player be? Then we also talk about the Eto Cup finals in Kaduna, alongside the sad off-pitch reports that occurred during the weekend on Sunday precisely. Then Experience du Tunis has been declared the 2018-19 CAF Champions League winners. Then we also bring to you the latest transfer gist in Europe. Now we'll go on a short break, and when we come back, we will go straight into the business of the day. So let's begin with the Super Falcons story, where the captain said, that's Desire Okparanoze, has asked that the women's national team be paid the same amount of money being paid to the men's national team, talking about the Super Eagles. Now, she made the call at the 2019 Ladies in Sport Conference held in Lagos recently, on the basis that they are more successful in terms of trophies than the Super Eagles, which is true. Now, they have won 9 trophies. They've gotten to the quarterfinals of the World Cup, while their male counterparts have 3 Nations Cups. Now, I quote Okparanoze, which says, I think we deserve we are the most successful female team in Africa. We have done the nation proud, and I believe we will get there, one step at a time. That's what she said. Now, she also advocated that the women's body is televised live on TV. Now, I quote her, the Nigerian Football Federation must work on getting the Women's League on TV. With that, there will be more eyes in the league and sponsors can come in. Now, it can be recalled that the Super Eagles are paid $10,000 for a win and $5,000 for a draw, while the Super Falcons are paid $1,000 a win and $1,500 for a draw. We also mentioned here that the reigning World Cup champions, that's the United States of America, are also fighting to be paid as much as their counterparts in the US. And now the US team, that's the male team, are not close as being successful as the female team. Now we'll come against the business moguls. We're talking about the Aliko Dangote and Efem Otedola, have fulfilled their pledges of $75,000 to the senior national team. That's talking about the call that both men on the eve of the Super Eagles semi-final clash against Algeria during the just concluded 2019 African Cup of Nations, $5,000 for each goal scored by the team. Unfortunately, we scored just one goal, maybe probably an own goal. Now, a goal was scored by Odion Gallo from penalty spot, saw the Super Eagles claw their way back into the game after going down by a goal in the first half. But Riyad excellently struck free kick in just of 90 minutes, ensured that Nigeria defeated Nigeria 2-1 in semi-final at the Cairo International Stadium. Now, the Nigeria Football Federation took to its Twitter page during the week to announce that the Moguls have made good their promises to the Super Eagles. Now let's come back talk about the basketball, where the Tigers head coach Otis Ugly is confident that his team have chances of successfully defending their FIBA Afro basketball title when the game starts on August 19, 2019. Sorry, August 9, 2019. Now, following the team's draw against Tunisia and Cameroon at the official draw ceremony held in Dakar, Senegal, Coach Otis said the team could mount a strong title defense with the talent he has at his disposal. Now, having led the team to a historic 8th place finish, which is historic in Nigerian basketball, at the 8th place finish at the 2018 World Cup in Spain, Otis is aware of the buzz already created around the players, who are ranked number 2 in Africa. Now, the team will hope to bury the ghost of their 2015 misadventure, where they narrowly lost to host Cameroon 70-71 in the semi-final against coach Scott Inaji. And I quote Otis, "I know Cameroon has put this way against us. They beat Nigeria in the 2015 semis. At this level, anybody can be beaten any day. So we are taking all the teams as the game. No matter who they are, we are going to play them hard and tough." Now, despite exuding confidence about their chances at AfroBasket holding Dakar, Senegal, Otis has cautioned that winning the title for the 4th time will not come cheap. I quote him again, "It is a round ball. No matter what, it's going to bounce. We are still going to worry about health and how the chemistry is going to pan out this year because we have not had a lot of time to train together." The reigning African champions went 8 games of ability to clinch the 2017 title in Bamako, Mali, defeating Senegal 65-48 points. Now, Nigeria, who are the defending champions, Senegal, who are the hosts, Mali and Angola have been tipped by bookmakers as favourites to win the title. Coming back to Nigeria now, to our home front, where the management of the 2019 Eto Cup runner-ups, that's talking about Niger Tornadoes Football Club, on Tuesday said the club has released 11 of their ahead of the 2019-2020 CAF Confederations Cup campaign. According to the club's media officer, talking about Mohamed Kutuji, he said in Lagos that the decision was reached by the club's management and technical crew in view of the need to boost the team's strength. I quote him, "In addition to this, the club has also retained 8 of the players used during our 2018-19 campaign, while it has also invited to camp 20 other players." Now, it will be recalled that the Mina Bay side, who are Nigeria's second representatives in the 2019-2020 CAF Confed Cup, will face Santoba FC of Konari next month. Now, this fixture is one of the competition's preliminary round pairings. Kutuji said further that the players released are Olayinka Yusuf, Gwaza Londiam, Ayo Adetola, Moses Ugu, Mubarak Said, Mohamed Husseini, Absha Gemini, Chizoba Ndukwe, Obina Jacob, Hassan Saba, and Friday Kaburu. Now, the players retained are Mustafa Aliko, Ruben Ogbanaya, Doso Siaib, Bashir Azado, Ismaila Azaki, Amadou Liman, Mustafa Jibrin, and Ebri Frimpong. Now, the 20 players invited to come for screening and training include Shegun Alebiosu, Chinonso Ude, Ifeanyi Uba, and Okoye Ifeanyi, all from Kwara United of Ilorin. Then we have Godwin Zaki and Kamara Aziz, both from Rangers FC. We also have, among the 20 invited to the camp, the likes of Christopher Lolo from Kwara United of Uyo, Bamdele Ayodeji from NK Regime of Croatia, Moses Ocheji of Remo Stars of Shagamu, and Abdullahi Wakili of Wiki Tourist of Ilorin, he said. The reason why these players have been released is known to them. They've released a whole team. Now, the race to be the best begins. The race to be the best begins. Now, the long-awaited shortlist for the 4 of the best FIFA football awards, that's talking about the top individual awards in the world football, have been revealed. The 42 names for the best FIFA men's and women's player and coaching awards are spread across 5 continents, with the global game truly represented across the nominees. The shortlists were selected by 2 panels of experts, one for the men's football and one for women's football. Voting is now open for these 4 awards, and the decision will be split between 4 key players of the beautiful game: the players, the coaches, the fans, and the media. The 4 groups of voters, namely, we have the national team captains, the national team coaches selected, and the fans vote conducted on FIFA.com are weighted evenly, that's 25% each, when determining the final result. Now, the players are Liverpool's UEFA Champions League winning trio of Mohamed Salah, Virgil van Dijk, and Sadio Mane are on the shortlist for the best men's announced on Wednesday. The Liverpool trio joined regulars Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi on the shortlist announced by the World Football Governing Body. Salah and Mane shared the English Premier League Golden Boot last season with Arsenal's Gabonese striker Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang for the league's top scorer with 22 goals each. Messi was the leading scorer in both the Spanish La Liga with 36 goals and the UEFA Champions League with 12 goals last season. Centre-back Van Dijk was voted both the Premier League Player of the Season and the Players' Player of the Year and was instrumental in the Merseyside club's 6th European Cup triumph. Ronaldo won the Italy Serie A with his days with Juventus and was also voted the league's most valuable player. He also led Portugal to the inaugural UEFA Champions League Nations League. Now, the full list of the players for the best FIFA are: we have Cristiano Ronaldo, who is a regular, and we have Frank de Jong and Matthias de Ligt, both of the Netherlands and Ajax. And we have Eden Hazard of Belgium and now Real Madrid. We have Harry Kane of England and Tottenham Hotspur. We have Sadio Mane of Senegal and Liverpool. We have Kylian Mbappé of France and PSG. You have another regular face of Lionel Messi of Argentina and Barcelona. Mohamed Salah of Egypt and Liverpool. Virgil van Dijk of Netherlands and Liverpool. Now, the best FIFA player nominee, Cristiano Ronaldo, Cristiano Ronaldo, De Jong, now of Barcelona, Matthias of Netherlands and Juve, Hazard of Real Madrid, Harry Kane of Tottenham, Sadio Mane of Liverpool, Mbappé of PSG, Messi of Barcelona, Mohamed Salah of Egypt, Van Dijk of Liverpool and Netherlands as well. Now, the best FIFA Women's Players nominees are Lucy Bronze of England, of course, Olympic Lyon. We have Julie Ertz of USA, Chicago Red Star Caroline. Then we have Graham Aston of Wolfsburg, and we have Ada Egerberg of Norway. We have Amadine Henry of France. We have Sam K of USA, and we have Rose Veil of USA. We have Viviane Miedema of Netherlands. We have Megan Rapinoe of US. Wendy Renard of France. We also have of England. We have then for the we have Didier Deschamps and Renard Pedros are also in the running to retain their title as the top coaches in the in world football, but they'll be pushed by Continental King performance at this year's FIFA Women's World Cup. Now, the best FIFA men's coach nominees are Jamel Belmadi of Algeria. He's the Algerian national team coach. We have Didier Deschamps of France. He's the France national team. Then we have Marcelo Gallardo of Argentina. He coaches the River Plate. We have Ricardo Carrega, he coaches the national team. We have Pep Guardiola, is from Spain, but we have Jurgen Klopp, is a German, but of Liverpool. We have Mauricio Pochettino of Argentina, and he coaches the Tottenham Hotspur. We have Fernando Santos of Portugal, and he coaches the Portugal national team. Erik ten Hag, from Netherlands, and he coaches Ajax. We have Tite of Brazil. And now also the best FIFA women's coach nominees are Melanie Bertolo of Italy. We have Julie who has stepped down after 2 years, after 8 years of USA. We have Peter Gansen of Sweden. We have Futoshi Ikeda of Japan. She coaches the Japan under-20 national team. They have Antonia is of Spain. Montemuro of Arsenal. We have Phil Neville of England national team. We also have Renard Pedros of France and Paul Riley of England. We have Sarina Wegan of Netherlands national team, who are all gunning for the top guns as female coach. Now let's now go we are still in Europe, and we have a Nigerian player, or rather a former Nigerian player who is still clubless. Now, French league side, we are talking about Dion, has passed on the chance to sign former Super Eagles goalkeeper and captain Vincent Eyama, who this past week trained with them. According to reports from France, Dior will not to replace Bob Allian, whose contract has ended. Eyama is staging a comeback after a long-term injury that sidelined him for several months, and in the process he lost his 4 days at Lille. He has been training with Dion since last week and was even described as lively during the sessions. He has said he hopes to stay in France. His family is very much settled there. Now going back to the home front, where the Nasarawa Amazons have emerged as the champions of this Women's A2 Cup finals. The ladies from Nasarawa piped time and the defending champions River Angels 5-4 on penalties after the regulation time ended 0-0. Stadium extra time as the game went straight into the penalty shootout. Oji Chinwendu of Rivers United miss was the deciding factor leading to our team being stopped from winning the fourth time consecutively. Now, speaking with the winning coach, Christopher Danjuma, he expressed his joy at winning the trophy. He also said he was very confident that his players would come out victorious during the penalty shootout. And I quote him, "Ecstasy you cannot express because I have been to the final in 2015 as an assistant coach. We won. We played in 2016, 2017, but we didn't win. With all humility, when game now is afraid. I'm not afraid, not because my players may not lose. My mind is fixed that the players will bury the ball. Immediately they lost their kicks, I knew my players will bury their own," he said. Now we will go to the big one of the day, which was between Kano Pillars and Niger Tornadoes. Now, Kano Pillars have emerged the champions after defeating Niger Tornadoes 4-3 on penalties, of course, with the regulation time ending 0-0. The Saimasu Gida boys broke a 66-year jinx to win this cup for the first time in history of the club at the stadium. With this win, Kano Pillars will receive the sum of 20 naira, while Niger Tornadoes are 10 million naira richer. It will be recalled that Niger Tornadoes lost on penalties to Akwa United in 2017 and have lost again on penalties to Kano Pillars. Meanwhile, sadly, the final was marred by crowd violence as the fans stormed the pitch after the Pillars won the game, which had the Kano State Governor Abdullahi Maganduje, NFF top hierarchy in attendance. This action forced security agents to fire tear gas and fire gunshots into the air to scare away these fans. The resultant effect had everyone camping for safety. After normalcy was stopped, the medal's presentation was without its own itches as the cup was nowhere to be found for over 20 minutes. The dignitaries waited at the podium for 20 minutes before the cup was given to the players. It was a very the fans took over the pitch, they beat up some policemen, the local GTF attacked, everything was scattered, and the police had no choice than to fire tear gas into the crowd to stop them being, they overran the whole pitch. And this is not the first time this is happening. It happened last year after the victory, after Enugu Rangers victory, where fans entered the pitch, took over the whole stadium, and destroyed everything in the pitch. It's high time the NFF and the league management company find a lasting solution to by these fans. They were overexcited, but they took their excitement overboard. Now, going back, let's now talk about about African football, where the Court of Arbitration of Sport (CAS) has overruled the decision to replay the final between Esperance and Morocco's Wydad Casablanca, after both clubs lodged appeals against the CAF decision to replay the second leg. Wydad had a goal allowed and left the pitch because VAR was not working. Esperance were winning 2-1 on aggregate and were declared champions initially. The home side were handed the trophy and the winners' medals after a 2-hour delay on 1st of June, but were told to return them days later, after CAF ordered a replay on neutral territory, citing unsafe, in quote, unsafe conditions. It was a very strange thing. The players were confused when they said VAR was not working. The players were not told that the VAR was not working. And which club returns trophy that they have declared winner? But now CAS has come in, they've stepped into the fray and have said Tunisia's Esperance are the rightful winner. Now let's now go to transfer news in Europe, when Premier League club Everton has agreed to sell our own Nigerian Oyekuru to Monaco, to AS Monaco for 50 million euros after he was denied a work permit to the UK. He was previously shipped out on loan by Everton to Anderlecht and Galatasaray last season. He won the league and cup double in Turkey on loan to Gala. He scored 14 goals in 31 league appearances for Galatasaray, and Oyekuru has made his international debut for Nigeria, but though he is yet to be an established star in the Super Eagles setup. Then Moussa Dembele will not leave Lyon this summer, despite interest from Manchester United. The France forward was linked with the Red Devils earlier this week after he scored twice against Arsenal in a friendly match. Then also our own Nigerian Victor Osimhen will this week complete a 40 million euro transfer to French Ligue 1. That's Lille. Lille has offered Osimhen a 5-year deal, which will see the Belgian club Sporting Chalenois net 12 million euros as transfer fee and an additional 2 million euros in bonuses. Juventus stars Paulo Dybala is demanding wages of around 9.1 million euros a year for Man to sign him. Now there's a swap deal between him and Romelu Lukaku, which appears very close to completion, though the Red Devils have got to pay the big money to convince Dybala to give up Champions League football with a move to Old Trafford. Manchester United, they're not playing Champions League football next season, this coming season. Now, La Liga giants Barcelona are hoping to cash in on Ivan Rakitic this summer, and reports in Spain claim that Manchester United want him. Reports say Barca wants to push him out of the club and are refusing to improve his contract so that the player will seek a move away from Barcelona. And Inter Milan are the other clubs who are interested in signing Rakitic, who is valued around £46 million, though neither team has submitted an acceptable bid for him. Then Gent is interested in signing another Nigerian player, Uche Agbo, from Belgian club Standard Liège, but they also have serious competition for the midfielder from Turkey. According to reports, Gent want Agbo as a direct replacement for compatriot Andase Essiti, who has moved to POK in France. Manchester United, they are having a very good. They really need players this season, and they're ready to pay around £46 million to sign Samuel Umtiti. That's the Barcelona defender. It is claimed that the Red Devils want the France ace Umtiti as Manchester United hunt for a new centre-back before the close of transfer window next week. Barca initially wanted closer to £55 million for Umtiti, but reports claim that an agreement could well be reached between the two clubs that falls between their two valuations. Now, Turkish Besiktas stepped on their hunt for Super Eagles defender Jamilu Collins. We have a lot of our players who are moving around everywhere. According to reports, Collins, that's a 24-year-old Collins, helped Paderborn to win promotion to German Bundesliga last season, and his profile was further enhanced by his performances with the Super Eagles this year. We pray for a good move for him last season. Now, Sporting Lisbon have denied the report that Manchester United have agreed a deal for Bruno Fernandes. It has been claimed that United have secured Fernandes' signature after he appeared to see a tear by fans during a preseason friendly against Valencia last weekend. Now, Manchester United really mean business. But meanwhile, before we go, we'd like to do something from the preseason games played so far. Real Madrid, who are almost like rebuilding a new team, lost to Tottenham during the week. Liverpool lost. They were playing against Man City this Sunday. They lost Napoli. PSG defeated Sydney FC by 3 goals. Bayern defeated Fenerbahce 6-1. Ebena lost 1-3 to Newcastle. Reading lost 3-4 to Chelsea. Arsenal lost 1-2 to Lyon. Bordeaux lost 1-3 to Galatasaray. Real Madrid defeated Fenerbahce 5-3. That's in the Audi Cup. And Tottenham Hotspur defeated Bayern Munich as well too. With this, we end today's edition of today's sports show. We will meet again next week, same station, same time. Bye.
Anglican Network of Nigeria, ACNN, is your most reliable gospel TV station that brings to you quality TV programming which build your spiritual life and enhance your walk through the Word of God. Join us on our social media platforms anytime you miss your favorite program. Subscribe to our YouTube channel with the address www.youtube.com/ACNNTV and click that video that matters to you.
Protect your vote is a euphemistic way of saying do everything, make sure you can share blood, you can kill to ensure that the person you voted for is the one that has end of the day.
There is never a dull moment on our Facebook page as we are dedicated to keep you informed with the up-to-date news about the church and other information. Just log on to facebook.com/ACNNTV for you can now watch some of our programs live on your mobile device. Follow with the hand at ACNNTV.com.